Coastal, right? And so he's always bragging on how he goes to Coastal, and now he gets cash back all the time. And the other day I realized that I've got a loyalty card with Panera Bread. I've got another card with Starbucks. I've got another card with this other place, all so I can get points or so I can get cash back or so I can get free drinks. Then I realized, wait a minute. After I saw what Dnero has to offer, I realized these are all things that I can have with one app. So if I go to the major retailers like Target, right, like Morton's, like Coldstone, and other merchants, hundreds of merchants around the world, and hundreds of merchants in the U.S., I'm able to receive cash back immediately without having to have a rewards card or an app for every single one of those businesses, right? So what happens is that with Dnero, it takes seconds to upload funds and to send money to friends and family and make instant purchases. So it's very simple. As you guys can see, it's an app that you download on your phone, and you connect, whether it be your bank card, your credit card, or your bank account to this app. You load money to it. You could also load money with cryptocurrency, and which is something that I'm very excited about, because I got involved in cryptocurrency back in about 2013. And one of the problems that still has not been solved in the cryptocurrency world is the ability to spend your cryptocurrency at these major retailers, right? So if I go to Target and I've got $100 in cryptocurrency in my Coinbase wallet, well, guess what? I cannot spend it there. I have to send it to my bank, which takes a few days. They charge me some fees. Then I'm able to spend it maybe a few days later. But in the meantime, I'd have to find somebody to sell it and give me some cash for it. Well, guess what? If I load up my Dnero app with cryptocurrency or with one of the other features that I mentioned, with your bank or your bank card or your credit card, you upload money to your Dnero app immediately. Now, what are some benefits? If I upload the money to my Dnero app, it's a very simple feature. If I want to send to an individual, I simply click on the icon with a little person there. And then all of my contacts sync in. And let's say it's Bishop that I want to send $200 to. I simply send it to Bishop. So I'm able to do what a lot of these popular apps are able to do, but significantly more. If I want to pay at a major retailer, I click on the merchant icon. Now, some of these merchants may look familiar to some of you guys, especially some of us here in the U.S., right? So the other day, I remember we were at Morton's, okay? And then my buddy actually paid with the Dnero app, okay? Now, when he pays with this Dnero app, he paid $500 to Morton's. He received 2%, $10 cash back immediately. As soon as he paid with this app, he was able to receive 2% cash back immediately, right? And I was blown away. So what I realized is it's a very easy way to pay for things, but there's also a lot of benefits to the customer, once again, and to the merchant. And we're going to get into that here shortly. Okay. So why is it smart money? Because Dnero allows you to send and receive money to where anyone internationally, right? And it doesn't. Now the recipient. Here's what's awesome. If I load money to this to my Dnero app, I connect my bank account information, right? But if I send it to my buddy Joseph and he receives money, he does not have to upload his bank information in order to spend the money. If he receives the money, if I send him $100, he could go out there and use that $100 at one of these major retailers and get 2% cash back, and I send him the money. So it's very easy for him to get it. But there's other benefits to that as well. So when I'm receiving my 2% cash back for using the app, not only do I receive it immediately, there's no more 30 to 90 days waiting for the cash back, right? I receive 2% cash back immediately on all of my purchases. But here's what happens. If I decide to use crypto, right, and the cryptocurrency that I decide to use is Pro currency, I make an average of 3% cash back instead of 2%. And that is done with simply a click of a button. And I could do the purchase immediately and spend the money immediately, or I could hold on to it. But if I decide to do it with, dollars, with fiat currency, I get 2% cash back. If I want to get an additional 1% cash back for a total of 3%, well, then I use cryptocurrency to do that. Now, here's what's exciting. Unlike other apps, like, let's say, for example, the Uber app. If I send my buddy Bishop a link, right, and he downloads the Uber app because of me and he takes a free ride, I may get a free ride one time. However, if I send him my link and he's coded to me to my phone number, every time Bishop goes out there and shops and makes 2% cash back, ladies and gentlemen, I make 1% cash back in perpetuity. So for the life of him shopping with that app, If he goes to Best Buy and buys $2,000 worth of electronics for Christmas, guess what? I just made $20 when Bishop went out there and spent $2,000, right? He's Christmas shopping, he goes to Best Buy, goes crazy, spends $2,000, I just made 20 bucks, okay? And on everybody, that means that if somebody has 500 contacts on their phone, you bet that they want to get every single one of those contacts to download that because of their link versus anybody else's link, because every time they spend, you're going to make 1% cash back on their spending. So if they spend $1,000, you make $10, right? Now, in addition to that, those people probably want to do the same thing. They want to refer to other people for the same reason. Well, guess what? When Bishop goes out there, let's say Bishop goes crazy, and he gets 100 people on the app, every time one of those 100 people go out there and they use the app, I'm going to now make 0.5%, half of a percent on all of their spending. So it is a two-tier affiliate model in perpetuity. Not for the first purchase, not for the first month, but forever. Every single time they use a Dnero app, they're going to be using, somebody's going to be earning the 2% cash back, the 1% cash back, or the half of a percent cash back, depending on the levels that they came in their referral link. Now, you can convert your cryptocurrency listed on major exchanges into pro currency, so you could earn that additional 1% for a total of 3% cash back on your shopping. Okay, and it's really super simple, right? Once you download the app, you simply connect your bank via ACH or your Visa, MasterCard, or once again with cryptocurrency. And if I want to send to one of my friends, let's say Lisa, I want to send her some money, I simply click on the member on my smartphone. All of my contacts show up, and I go ahead and send Lisa some money, and she can go out there and shop and get cash back, and I make a 1% cash back. If I'm looking for a merchant, I simply click on the merchant icon, and I search for the merchant. Once again, let's say we're talking about Target. I could either search for Target, just type in Target, or just search for it down the list, and I make my payment to that merchant, and they receive. And here's what's exciting: the merchant actually receives their money immediately. They receive the money the same day that the purchase was made. And on the following slides, we're going to get into some of the benefits of why the merchants are going to want to use this as a merchant solution.